Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. I was talking about a bunch of shit, though. But it was all just stuff that I'll say again. I just talk myself in circles. This has been a long, quiet show by Dr. Bass Silent. Dr. Bass Muted. Dr. Bass... The thing is, I'm working against the flow tonight. It's the flow that's been going the opposite direction as me. I stand in the middle of a flow. I don't go with the flow goes around me. I refuse to go with the flow. The flow can just say, fuck you, and I'll just be like, you know what, fuck you. I'm standing here, you can flow around me, fucking flow. I know where that flow goes. It flows into the mainstream, and I hate that fucking mainstream. All water sinks down to its own level. The big old fucking nasty-ass mainstream. You want to stay out of that mainstream. I don't go with the flow. The flow doesn't go where I want to go. It's like, don't go outside and stream on your phone that doesn't get reception with a cracked screen and a broken guitar string and the fucking rain with no reception. And don't do it, Bass, don't do it. And I'm like, no, there's gotta be a way. There's always a way. Still muted? Well, fuck me. I don't care, man. I'm just gonna play a mute show. Mutiny on the Bounty. They muted me on the Bounty. Salute the muted, the bounty of muted, the deaf muted, blindsided, dumbed down, man of backwards, flip scrippin', hippie flippin', trippy dippin'. I like them double dip hippie flips. Oh, those are good. That's when you got the double dosed acid with the mushrooms and the ecstasy, and then you do the hippie trippy dip, double triple hippie flip. That's when you get really high. The double dipped triple hippie flip. That's a good one right there. I just made it up, but it sounds good. I would do it. I'm not scared. Psychedelics are fun, man. That's some good, clean fun right there. Unless you have a bad trip. You don't want to have a bad trip. Bad trips are not good. You might think that your whole jaw fell off and be like, oh, I lost my jaw. Oh. That's the kind of bad trip you want to avoid. Because it seems real at the time. You're just like, fuck, I thought my jaw fell off. I lost my jaw. Anyways, you didn't miss much. It was another shite show. Working against the flow. It ain't easy being bass backwards. So bass backwards. I do bass acrobats. Dr. Bass Ackwards, the bass backwards acrobat. I do bass backwards acrobatics. It's quite a stunt to be so blunt. I'll be so blunt as to say the real narco-terrorists these days are Donald Trump and Pfizer. They were the narco-terrorists. Terrorize the whole nation and lock down and shelter in place while they wait for a narcotic solution to inject into your arm. They induced terror, and then they brought the narcotics out to solve the problem. It's a narco-terroristic plot. That's what a narco-terrorist... A drug dealer is just a drug dealer. They're not a terrorist. No, because people want to buy drugs. That's not terror. That's called business. It's because you don't have the FDA stamp of approval. You know, you're like going over their helmet or something. You know, it's like, oh no. You know, people die. Yeah, it's true, but it's not because somebody mandated them to go die. No, they just decided to do it on account of their own, you know, lack of good judgment or whatever. The thing is, when you mandate somebody to go do your narcotics, that after inducing terror in them for a year and a half or whatever, you know, now you got to go do the narcotic that we've mandated you do. You can't go to work, you can't go to school, you can't go out in public unless you do it. That's called like terrorism. to terrorize the people into thinking they need to get this shot that you've concocted for them to save them from the horrible made-for-TV drama, the reverse pandemic. You know, the kind of pandemic where the only people that die or suffer greatly from the pandemic were the people that went to the hospital. That's like complete bass backwards from what a real pandemic was supposed to be like. Not that there's ever been one. I mean, there may have been one back when we used to not, like, you know, have sewers and, like, we... It's like, dude, there must have been a reset somewhere not that long ago in the not-so-distant past. Because we're made to believe that, like, we just started using toilet paper, like, a couple hundred years ago. You know, not even that long ago. It's like, what the fuck? Come on, man. I guess we've digressed. We've devolved. I mean, since when did people decide it was better to just, like, stuff a bunch of fucking toilet paper up in your butt versus, like, actually cleaning it? I mean, it's just... whatever. We do everything backwards. The learning curve here is just, it's a reverse curve. Like I always say, you know, like, turns out rocket science isn't rocket science. You know, the whole thing with space travel, it's got the same learning curve as palace building. It's like, you start off really good. I mean, you got beginner's luck. It's like building these, you know, and then it's like later and you just lose the technology. You just forget the skill and we don't know how to do it anymore. We were really good at it before, but now we just we can't do it. You know, it's like we do other things now. It's like the Capitol buildings of our country. It's like that would lead you to believe that we hit our peak, you know, as a society back in the 1800s, you know, before we had electricity and like our society had matured to the level of this fucking engineering feats that like still boggle the mind today and we can't even do today. We peaked out before we even had electricity. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Or it's just a crock of shit, one of the two. Usually if the story doesn't make sense, it's because it's a lie. Yeah, the whole thing with Venezuela. Yeah, what a shit show that is. Trump. What a punk, dude. We should have known better than to have a lame duck named Donald for president. The lame duck named Donald wants you to eat at Ronald McDonald's because it has the same lame name as him. The lame duck Donald. Now he's going to go down as the man who was blowing George Clinton, Bill Clinton, or probably both of them. Both Clintons. See, the Clintons and the Trumps, I mean, you don't... You know, they're like cut from a different fabric, you know? It's like... the things they do behind closed doors, they're not supposed to be known. They're not... It's not good optics, you know? You don't want to know that shit. That's stuff that nobody should want to know, you know? I mean, no, you don't want to know. No, you don't want to know. And now that I know, I'm disappointed. I wish I didn't know. See, it's like this thing is where they're like, okay, you want to know the Epstein file? You want to hear about the Epstein? Okay, here you go. Oh, God, why did you gotta tell it? Oh, man, put that away. Ah, you bunch of sickos. You're right, we didn't want to hear it. Ah, fucking gross. I'll go take a shower. Fucking disgusting. Yeah, I don't even think he's a man. I think Don... I would be like... Oh, gee, that reminds me. There's this guy, I think it was on TikTok. My girlfriend showed me, she's on TikTok a lot, but it was this dude who's like this... I don't know if he's really gay, but he plays the part of a gay guy, and what he does is he finds Donald Trump's speeches, and he lip syncs to them. So he's got Donald Trump's voice going, but he's like this flaming gay guy, you know, and he's lip syncing to Trump's speeches, but with this gay demeanor, and it it puts a whole new spin on Donald Trump's, you know, Donald Trump basically, because he's showing you how like all it would take is for a gay person to be saying the things he's saying, and and you realize It's the thing that a gay person says. Like, he does it so well, it's genius. I mean, the guy is great. I wish I knew his channel or whatever, because it's fucking funny, man. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I'm like, wait, that's actually Trump's voice. Oh, no. It looks so legit, you know? It looks like something this gay guy would be saying. You know, he takes some of Trump's, like, homoerotic speeches he's made. It's like, oh, he was such a big... he had such a big man, his muscles, and I forget all... He says a bunch of gay shit, you know? You probably heard it. You probably don't need to hear it again. Like, the joke of our... You know what, I get the feeling everything is, like, with politics and the world leaders, I mean, I don't think they were always this dumb, and then this has gotten to, you know, idiocracy levels, and it strikes me as being like a collection of people that are like, they realize their gig is up, you know, they know something, they have information, and they're just kind of like, okay, we're just going through the motions here. It's just like, you know, it's all gonna crumble here pretty soon. They're just like barely playing their part, you know. They're just like barely hanging in there. I mean, because it's not like, I mean, these like clowns, you know, like Kash Patel. What the fuck? I mean, they've lost that whole, like, the whole, you know, like the CIA and the FBI and these like government agents. I mean, it's like they used to have like this air of like, you know, there was something about it that, there was something rather adult about it, or just like, you know, sort of dark and sinister, and it had like this sort of ominous vibe, you know. But then you put a clown like Kash Patel and Donald at the head of all of it, and it's just like, what a joke. What is this? I mean, these guys that aren't cut for the part, I mean, it's just laughable, right? Kash Patel and his girlfriend and a little drama, you know, it's like she's this fucking... I don't know, dude, what the hell? I mean, this is just like... I mean, it makes idiocracy look like fucking normal life. I really think that there's something to that, like... In the sense where it's like... They deliberately dumbed everyone down, or they thought they did, at least, you know, or they did, really, but it's like... And now they're acting out the role as though they're like, well, everybody has to be dumb because of all the education we gave them, and everybody's just so dumb, so they're just like catering to the lowest common denominator, the dumbest person. And whereas like nobody's really that dumb, and there's a lot of people waking up too, and it's just like, so they're putting on this charade, and it's just like, it's designed to like appease the dumbest, most brainwashed individual. Whereas most people are looking at it going, what the fuck, dude? I mean, I really hope it gets to the point where just nobody goes and votes anymore. Like, that would really send a good message. Don't vote. The two-party system is a sham. It's obviously, I mean, it's not two wings of the same bird. It's like, it's more like two one-winged birds, like, flapping in circles, stirring up a big shitstorm and fucking creating the, you know, the Coriolis effect illusion of politics while the fucking real government's marching straight to hell. They've never done a damn thing in the direction of humanity for fucking my entire life. Never. There's never been any progress towards humanity. It's always been like the complete opposite. I mean, it's not a coincidence. There's clearly a trajectory that's happening here, and it's not the trajectory that we would all like it to be. So when you have the entire country, nobody would want it to go the direction it's going. So clearly voting isn't helping. And clearly there's not two parties. I mean, it's like, yeah, there's two parties, but it's just, they're both partying, though, you know, and they set each other up. Biden lets all the people in, and then Trump uses all the people that are in here as a means to, like, fucking further the whole surveillance state fucking, you know, digital fucking biometric fucking ID crap that's all being brought on the back of Biden's fucking horrible policies, you know. It's like, but they both wanted this shit, dude. You know, it's like they fucking invited all the Venezuelans here during Biden's administration. They sent advertisements to Venezuela. They were advertising to Venezuelans to come to America. And now they're using all the Venezuelans that are here in America as a means to say they're invading our country so they can go bomb them. I mean, it's like, nice move, guys. I mean, you think we can't see what you're doing there? Like, that's just like, you know, nice setup, Biden. You can see him high-fiving each other, and Biden's not alive. I mean, that guy was dead before he even won the election with more votes than anybody's ever had. Their stories are such bullshit. I mean, it's impossible to believe. COVIDocracy was what they did last time when the monkeys escaped. The monkeys, you know the truck that crashes with the monkeys every year? It's like a yearly monkey crash. It happens every year. You know, they crash. There's like 100 monkeys that get away, you know. They're all like, these monkeys had herpes and they had Hep C and they had COVID. And it's like, what? Can you imagine being tasked with having to fucking infect 100 monkeys with sexually transmitted diseases? I mean, do you feel like you're getting some good work done? I mean, how did you fucking sleep at night? I gave all these monkeys herpes and, and then they got away. They got Hep C too. I mean, that's like a lifestyle. Like, I mean, so in order to get the herpes and the Hep C to give to the monkeys, what do? They go down and find the nearest, you know, crack house or something. Like if you think about the logistics of the things that they say they're doing, we had to infect these monkeys with a bunch of sexually transmitted diseases, and then they escaped. Okay. Nice story. What the fuck? We've got almost all the monkeys. There's still a couple loose ones out there, and they're diseased. Oh, yeah. Trump was born from the swamp. I mean, I guarantee you, like, you think Epstein was bad? I mean, Trump was worse, dude. Trump is the king of all that shit, dude. He has to be the best, you know, at whatever. If there's somebody that's like a hot shot, you know, that's near him, he's got to be more hot. You know, he's got to be the top dog. You know, he runs amok with all these fucking sex trafficking, you know, human trafficking. Like, those are the people he was hanging out with. And you know that they think they're so cool, you know, because they're doing things that are just god-awful. I don't know why they would think that's cool, but whatever. I mean, that's what they were doing. That's what how they interact with each other. That's the fucking kind of shit they're into. So Trump's hanging out with them, you know, you're like, those are his peers, you know, I mean, and clearly the guy's the type to one up, you know, he's always going to be the guy that's got the best or whatever, and I'm the, you know, he's such a show-off and braggart, like he's fucking hanging out with these people. You think he's not going to try to one-up them and be even more perverted and fucking fucked off? I mean, he's probably the head fucking, like, you know, spoiler alert, Trump was the head of the fucking ring, you know, the sex trafficking. I mean, he's the guy, he's the boss, you know. Duh. I mean, the guy, I don't think he's gonna have, you know, mobs of people eating out of his hands anymore. I don't think people want to eat out of his dirty hands anymore. I think those days are gone. I mean, he did have a thing going there. I mean, MAGA really, it was a real thing. It gained momentum. I mean, now that he's turned out to just be some fucking, the guy that we all should have known he was in the first place, then it's like this, like, fucking, that was a huge movement, you know. People wanted to make the country great again. It's a great idea, and it has soulful, like, there's something there, you know. But, like, they just had the wrong leader, and it's like, he was just, you know, patronizing them or whatever. He was just, like, egging them on, like, fucking, you know, telling them what they wanted to hear. But, like, if there was a real person that wanted to really do that, I mean, with his failure to like hold to his like fucking promises, like there's a huge political vacuum. Somebody needs to fill that void with somebody real who wants to really do something good. And you know, I mean, it's like vote Dr. Bass for president. I'm just kidding. I would never do that. That's the problem. Is like there's no decent people that would want to have a job like that. I mean, you don't. It doesn't. I don't know, man. I don't think there's ever been a president that wasn't just corrupt and fucked off. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. It's possible, I guess, but I get the impression that we're just like going through the motions here. Like we sort of like jumped into some timeline that we weren't really part of, and we're just trying to play it off like the founding fathers. I mean, we just sort of adopted the story. Like I don't think this country was even this country. I think it was a different country. Yeah, I'm over here. Okay. Yeah, I'm talking on my show. I'll finish it up though. Okay. If you turn on the TV, keep it quiet. Oh well, I'm just babbling. I'm just a babbling. Good people don't want to rule over other people. Yeah, exactly. And they don't want to be ruled either. You know, it's like this sustainable development. Not, I mean, I don't call it that. It's sus development. We call it sus development. It's like if everybody could just be made privy to what that is, like, and actually, there's got to be someone should start a class or like a channel where it's just focused on breaking all of that down. Because I've just done just like a surface like surface level review of some of their. You have to actually go read the stuff that they've written down about what they want to do. And it's a fucking god-awful agenda. Everything that I read, I mean, I dove into the smart cities. I read a little bit into it, and there's a lot of literature around all this stuff. I mean, it's a big deal. And the plans that they have for society, the plans they're making for us and our people and our grandchildren and whatever, it's awful, and it's just so corrupt and godless and just fucking wrong in so many ways, and it's just plain as day. If you read it, if you actually go read their fucking literature, it just reeks, and it's just terrible. And the things that they admit that they're doing, that they're trying to do, that they are doing, I mean, these agendas are rolling out. I mean, there's a lot of money and a lot of power behind this agenda. I mean, a lot of it's being covertly, most of it's being, being implemented in a way where it's not being admitted to what's really the end objective is here, But the digital ID's already been, there's countries out there in the world right now where you can't do shit without a digital ID. Like there's people that are just so fucked right now because their governments had no shame. They just rolled it out and said, you're fucked. If you don't have a digital ID, you can't do shit. And that's the direction the whole world is being prompted to follow through with, and our country's going to have a hard time implementing that shit. I really hope people push back hard on that. Because that's just the end. That's the beginning of the end right there. When people accept that, and it's like, oh, we're just going to have a totalitarian, dystopian nightmare. Let's go that direction. That's the end goal. That's the trajectory our government's on. It's like, it doesn't matter which red or blue is in office. That's the direction we're going, regardless. And it's a bad direction. And we should stand firm against it. I mean, I wish people could just know what the UN sus development agenda is. There's got to be some way to get that message out to be heard by the most people possible. Because if everybody knew what they're trying to do, what the goal is with all this technology and all this shit, it's not good. Nobody would want it. Nobody would want it. I don't know how they managed to get so many people working on this, but it's got a lot of money behind it. So there's people are just seeing with their, with the money. They're not really they're thinking, oh, well, this sucks. But the thing is, I'm on the inside, so I'm not going to have to be, it's I guess that's the mentality people have, because there's got to be just thousands of people, working on this project, because there's so many little aspects of it. There's so many different, I mean, it's vast. And the literature, I mean, there's a lot of it. Like I said, I just did just a basic surface overview of some of the of it, and I was baffled at how they spell it out for you. They're not trying to be like, they don't try to, you know, make it sound nice or anything. It just sounds terrible. They're talking about like bioengineering people to be like symbiotic with AI and have AI run your life. And like, I mean, they get down to these details where it's like, yeah, the AI will like basically decide who you hang out with, and like, because it's gonna have your personality all sussed up and figured out how, and just plan your life accordingly to where you run into certain people. And it's like they're gonna turn AI into like this god where like people just their whole lives are being, you know, programmed by this computer. It just sounds so fucking sci-fi, like bad wig. I don't know why anybody would want to work on that and make that be our reality or work towards that end goal. It's fucking disturbing. And I don't think it's gonna last. I don't think it's gonna work. I mean, they have so much confidence in it and they have so much power behind it, though. They're just gonna force it. They're gonna like make it happen. But I just think humanity is gonna win. Because I just think people ultimately don't want that. And if they just were made to see what that is and know what to look for now, you know, because it's like there's certain policies and things that are going to, they might sound good at first, but it's all leading to this tragic upheaval of like civilization where it's going to be this whole fucking, you thought we had like a controlling government now? Oh, God. It's just going to get to the point where like, you know, it's like COVID was one of those things where they tested people where they're like, well, what will you put up with? Like, what level of like tyranny will you accept? And like, for me, I didn't accept any of it. Never at all. I just fought back and I fucking was rude to people and I just was baffled. This doctor was baffled. I was baffled at the people that wanted to play games, play pretend. Oh, there's a pandemic. No, there isn't. Shut up. You don't have to be reminded of a pandemic. Yeah, the data. Oh man, yeah, these fucking. That's probably what they did with the White House. They turned it into a data processing center and fucking disguised it as a ballroom. Got no reason to believe. 8,000 miles below the ground, people are living their lives and they're upside down. Got no reason to believe any of that bullshit now. 'Cause seeing is believing, something I ain't seeing, then I got no reason to believe it at all. No, 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 no. Got no reason to believe that we be living on the outside of a ball. Got no reason to believe. I think my kid's waiting for me inside. Alright, I gotta wrap up the show. It was flowing against the flow. Wasn't working out very well. Alright, well, I love you guys.